Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Fola, and then we'll be talking mostly on arts and the topic idiosyncrasy. When I saw the topic, I was actually very impressed with like idiosyncrasy. When I checked for the meaning though, because I didn't know what it meant at first, I had to go and do my research, a little bit of research, understanding it and what to talk on. So then I'm going to start with a story though. I mean, I want it to be like a storytelling kind of thing, not something you guys would want to think too much about. So what is idiosyncrasy first? I'd like to define it and tell you, but would wait on that. So while I was still growing up, we used to do fine arts. I mean, everybody did fine art, obviously. It's just something everybody did. And I was this kind of person that would want to draw my own clouds, probably purple or indigo, and the grass is red. Not because the grasses are actually red, just it's just what I see, what I feel, what I actually want. Do you get? And then you now see them looking and staring. My teacher, he had this habit of not even giving me scores. Okay, thank you. He had this habit of not even giving me scores. And then when I asked him, like, sir, why don't you give me scores? He was like, you know what, don't worry, just go and sit down, you passed. And he just laugh. And me, I didn't even understand. My peers, they'll just come and seize around, ask questions like, why would you do yours this way? Like, why didn't you just do it the way he did it? Because that's just not my own point of view, my own perspective. That's not what I see. It's just what every other person sees. And that's just now how things had been with me. You get? So, without wasting so much time, I'm just going to go into what art means to me. It's a thing of expression, a thing of understanding. I mean, everybody, they have their own special way of expressing certain things. Me, it's through my art though. I mean, when I started, I actually thought it was a thing of being polished and being perfect. That's what I thought art was. But then growing up, I now realize that it's even in the imperfections, the things that people don't even, things that you don't even, may not even like about it. That is what actually makes you unique. What makes you stand out? What makes you that very good at what you do, basically. So one time, I think I told a few of you this story already. One time I was working on a bird. I was meant to draw a bird. Not because someone wanted me to draw it, though, just because I could. I mean, it's part of my training. I just stay and I get canvas. And I get my paints. I just work on it because I can. So while I was working on it now, I took my time to finish. I was actually almost finished with it. And then it seemed so nice. The bird seemed so nice. But then it didn't seem me. There was no communication, no connection, no nothing there. So when I stared at it though, I just kept on staring. And my sister came in. My sister came in. She was like, why are you thinking about it so much? That it's already done and it's already beautiful. So what's the point? But then I stared, I was like, I know it's calm, but like I feel like there's something I could do about it. Something I could do to make it look better, to make it stand out. Because, okay, if you say this person should draw a bird, this person should draw a bird, this person should draw a bird, they're going to draw different kinds of birds. And then there's something that will make them stand out for their thing. Do you understand? And that was just what I was looking for exactly. I mean, it took a lot of time for me to understand that concept, but this is actually where I had the idea of the concept. So while I was still staring at this now, I was kind of like, it doesn't look complete too. Maybe there's still something we can do about it. There's something we can put on it to make it look nice and perfect. My sister was like, don't go and spoil it too. Me, I just laughed. But it was actually painful though, but I just laughed it off. So I just took my brush and I was like, okay, let me just do something. Let me just do something real, original. Let me do something that is actually me, something I would actually love, communicate with, commune with. And then I took my brush and I did a little bit of things. Basically, if you know me and my art, I call it my madness, my thing. That's what I call it. So I just did a little bit of my madness and it turned out really nice and perfect. At first, I was very skeptical about it because it's not something I had done before. It's just something that's, it's not something I was used to. I felt a bit uncomfortable with it. But then I just had this feeling like, okay, I've actually done something today. Do you understand? I mean, idiosyncrasy is just, is what, okay, this is the bird, but this is the bird. You can see now, look at the madness and things around it now. Okay, those are the things I was like, okay, let me just try something else. Let me do something to make it seem better, make it seem not normal. And this was what was able to come. When I saw it, I sent it to a few people. Sent it to a few people, and they were like, wow, this is actually really nice. I love the concept. I love the design. And it was nice because I love the compliments I got. I didn't just get, oh, it's fine. Oh, it's ugly. like every other art or every other piece. I love the fact that they were able to communicate, able to commune, tell me the parts they actually liked, what it meant, and things, how they actually felt about it. And it was nice because it actually related to my point of view on this piece. Now, as we went on now, I did other arts and all. I actually thought art was meant to be perfect, but it's not about perfection. Basically, perfection is just a mere concept. You can't be perfect because when you're perfect, there's no room for growth, which brings stagnation. And somebody else would come and would be perfect at what they do. They'll be good at what they do now. See the randomness, that is like me, my madness, what I like to do. Do you get? And that's just something you grow with, something you'd have to understand. Now, I said I was going to explain the meaning of idiosyncrasy to you guys, and it is just like individuality. Do you get? It's your signature of individuality. Something that you actually, something that will actually make you stand out from every other person. Something that would, they'll see and they'll know, okay, yeah, this is your art. The one thing I love is when I put something up and then it's just there. And then they're like, okay, it's Fola that did this. Why? Because I'm saying this, I'm saying that, and I understand that this is something that he puts in. This is one thing I would use to do that it is his. And it's just that madness, that chaos that you need to organize to make it yours. And that's just like the basic concept of it. Now, as I also grew on to, I also wanted to learn about other artists too. I wanted to learn to be perfect at what I did. I wanted to learn about all the strokes. Do you know there are different kinds of painting strokes? I actually went to go and learn about them. I actually went to go and learn about other artists, like what inspired them to do what they do. And it was nice at first learning it, but then I found out that if I go through that same thing that they did, if I did what they did, I'll just end up being very unoriginal. And that is not what we want. That's not what I myself am looking for. I want to be unoriginal. So I had to look deep inside. First, the chaos, all those madness and pee, they were not a strength to me, they were weaknesses. Those are things that I didn't want anybody to see. Sometimes anytime I make an art, it's just something that somebody else had done. But then in time, I had to own it, understand this properly, know how I can bring it up to the best as I can. Do you get? And then as I kept on doing what I was doing and kept on doing, I learned to own it and understand it properly. That is where this whole concept comes in. I mean, it's not about just being different. It's about your signature. It's about what actually makes it what it is. It actually makes what you are. Even in your different aspects and perspectives of life, you can stay now and say, okay, I want to focus on this. I want to make clothes. I want to do this. I want to do that. But then what's actually making you different? What's making you unique? What's making you stand out? Because this person will do it with his results. He'll do it with his results. He'll do it with his results. But then what is actually making you stand out? What is that one thing that would make people know that, okay, it's actually you? Do you get? And then I actually learned a lot. You know, you see criticism. It's actually a very important thing. There are different kinds. There are the constructive and the destructive kinds. For the constructive, you can stay and show someone your art now. And then they'll look at it together with you. They'll show you, they'll be like, okay, I like this, but why did you put this here? Those questions that actually matter, not just it's beautiful and ugly. Do you get? Those things that actually matter. They would want you to explain why you did certain things, why you didn't do certain things now. You can check now, I X the eyes. People just thought, okay, so it's just there. But then why exactly did you put it like that? Why? What were you trying to portray? What were you trying to show? Those are questions that people actually miss, and those are the things that actually matter because the art would have to communicate to you for you to understand properly. Another thing is about failure. So most people think that, okay, when you work on something and you feel like it doesn't go as much as you want it, you just end there. Me, I know how many times I've failed. When I started painting and I actually started with customs when I was in 200 level, I actually destroyed 80% of my clothes because I was trying to learn. I mean, I want to just go out there and just mess up somebody's clothes and then the reviews. And the reason I even started it as a business was because, okay, at this point, I needed to get paints. And then I could not just afford to get paints that I wanted. I needed to start it up as a business just so I can be able to get the things I needed, the materials I needed to do what I actually want. Do you understand? So, me now, I had to mess up a lot of my clothes, like 80% of the time. Thinking 200 level, then if you saw me, you see paint stains on my clothes, and then you'd be asking, Fola, what's wrong now? Me, I know what's wrong, oh, but I'll just stay and just laugh. So it's part of my growth process, something I had to learn, something I had to understand. Now, I'm able to do certain things, and then I'm happy. Do you understand? So that's just the whole concept of it. Now, if you look at it as just something of beauty, it is not right. Okay, imagine going out to an art gallery now, and then people are there taking pictures, just staring and taking pictures, and just they're not even looking. They just sit and say, "Okay, I like this one. It's beautiful. I like this one. It's ugly," and then they'll leave. It's like you're just wasting your money because you're just going there to go and take pictures, and you're not actually seeing what the artist wants you to see. Basically, they want you to be creative. They want you to open your mind, look at it, feel the expression that the artist feels while he was making that. They want you to bring up your own knowledge and understand, what he was feeling. There should be a connection there. Do you understand? So most of the times when I just see people just stay and just look and just take pictures, it's just really, would I say, annoying? Because they just don't get the whole concept of it the entire time. So next time you go out there to see different kinds, I want you to look at it and understand. You understand reasons why you do certain things. Now another thing I've learned is balance. Remember how I told you that I went to go and learn certain things, skills and techniques of how to create all these strokes? That I know you guys probably think I didn't even need it, but I actually did. For you to be able to break rules, for you to be able to do your own thing, you'd have to understand the set out rules first. Because if you don't understand those set out rules, you go and break what you're not meant to break. You go and mix what you're not meant to mix. And then it's just not coming out as nice as you expected. Do you understand? And that's not how it should be. That's not how it should. You have to understand the set out rules and principles before you even think of breaking it or making it yours. Another thing is imitation. People tend to imitate. Like you see this person doing this same art or this person doing the same style of art. Then you now go and do it, thinking yours will stand out or thinking yours will, but then it's just the same thing the entire time. And that's not even how it should be. Even if you'd want to check up references, and you do, you look for things that would make it stand out, things that other people have not done before. So when you bring it out, they know, okay, it is an original. It is something that you did. It's not something that you just went to go and source from the internet and bring out because you can paint. That's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. And it is just not even nice in the arts community at all. So even when you do things like that, you have to put your own signature. You have to make it yours. You have to do things that other people may even think about, and you have to own it. You get. Some people now, if I met a friend of mine now, he's actually good at what he does, though. He arts. He does arts and all, and it is very beautiful. But then when I see the ones he shows me, other people, and the one he actually shows me, there is a difference. The one he shows other people, they probably see it and say, oh, it's beautiful, it's calm. But then the one he shows me, I just try to understand him because they're actually very beautiful. But then they say a lot. It's like he's locked up feelings. He just went to go and express them on the canvas and then he kept it. You should understand the strength there, the strength of vulnerabilities there. Those are things that would actually matter to you. You should own it, understand it, and bring it out and let the world see what you can do. So basically, that's what I do. And another thing you need to understand about this in general is the fact that most people monetize it all the time. It is just basically on the money. When you do that, it just becomes a chore. Do you get? Me, most of the times in my house, I just stay and get a lot of canvas, get a lot of art materials, and I just stay and I paint, and I paint, I paint, I keep. Okay, this person he likes it, and he wants it. I'll just sell it to him. But then it's not like I'm selling it because, okay, I want to gain money and pay. Like, obviously, you need to get art materials and other things now. So that's just the main point of it the entire time. You get? So we have to know what we are doing. We have to understand ourselves properly, especially in our own different areas of life. This is not even only talking about arts too. But even if you want to start a business, you want to start off something, you have to understand that thing, that signature that actually makes it yours for you to understand yourself properly. Thank you very much.